So let's assuming that I follow all your advices. Now I get a job offer, but only pay 2/3 of my salary. Or my job title is from manager to become an officer, or from some vice president to become manager. Should I accept it? My concern is this: if I accept it, next moment if I try to apply for the next job that equivalent to my previous job, I may be disadvantaged. What do you think?
Well, me is, I would say, life experience, because I was an assistant director with MOH Holdings. So after I lost my job, I was still struggling, or I was still looking for my previous job and the previous pay, right? But after a month and talking to my mentor, I have an internalization of myself, evaluate my worth. I feel that, if I want to continue to look to the past, it's not going to bring me anywhere. And I want to experience the new one, the new path. So when this job came about, I took it, and I have not been looking back at all, because it opened up new avenues. I was very happy every day. Every day when I woke up, I was like, oh, I got a job. Let's finish it, And you feel that spring in your leg, I would say. Now, look, if let's say 5 years down the road, I get tired of this job or something, and I want to go back to my previous role called assistant director, probably I won't get that kind of, title or even pay scale. But again, that would be another phase that I have to look at to say, am I ready to change? It's about the change you want to maintain in your life, as well as your personal, and how you look at life in each stage, that no one is consistently that way, like never grow. Sometime you feel like you are just so tired of the present, you want to get out and have a leap of faith. And that's what I did now. So I get lesser pay, to be honest with you. Not too less, but still lesser than my previous role. I'm from an assistant director to a manager.
Maybe I'll just, again, take a slightly different spin, right? I think the question ought to be, what allows you to continue to be paid according to the market rate, right, so to speak? I think, in my mind, the only thing that really will track that pay, or the increase in pay is really your skill set that's relevant to the market. That really ultimately is the underlying thing that carry your pay. If your skills no longer is relevant to the market, of course it will either suddenly disappear or it will dilute over time. And as we know, the market is changing so fast. So obviously, role skills and all that are changing as at the same speed, so to speak, right? Today you might be coding COBOL, and tomorrow you might need to code something else. Although if you are coding COBOL, it is still very relevant because there's still a lot of codes in the bank that runs COBOL, right? But .NET, it's not that Python today, but maybe something else tomorrow. The point is this: the changes in technology is just too fast, right? And you need to continue to track that. What I'm trying to say is, think about the skills, think about the underlying, thing that allows you to track the market in terms of pay, right? It's not title, it's not your current pay. That doesn't define your tomorrow's pay. What defines it is really your skill set, relevance, and relevancy to the market tomorrow, right? That really is what it should be.
I think somebody who's been in the industry longer than a lot of us says this. He says that the last drawn pay is not equal to market pay. I think there's lots of wisdom in there. The last drawn pay is not equal to market pay. A lot of us, I think, when we get into a situation where we lose the job, we use the last drawn pay to benchmark how much we should be paid in a new job. I think a good reminder is, again, the last drawn pay does not equal to market pay.
One more thing I'll add on is being future ready, right? So the trade-off that you take on your salary, on your title, etc., has to be for a reason. So one is you don't have any other options. So you take that because that's the only option. The second is, if you do have the options and if you do have the latitude, you think you can wait for 3-4 months more and you may find a similar job, you have to ask your question. If you've lost that job once, let's say you struggle through and try and get a similar-ish job in 6 months, what is the chance that you're going to hold on to that job a year from now? Right? Is that job in itself going to become redundant? If it is being phased out, then the awakening is now. You need to pivot yourself, you need to change who you are to get to the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years of your career. So I think it's looking ahead a little bit and seeing what options you have before making that call.
Just very, very quickly, something came to my mind just to share with you. Actually, I did it before when I was a lot younger. Again, it's like without the wisdom from this guy, I wasn't from the tech industry, so I was in a government job. Those days, government pay well, relatively, but I found that I wanted to move into the IT job without much background. I actually moved, and I was drawing like almost half the salary when I moved across. But I was very happy. After 1 year and a half, I actually got another job that pays like 150% more. So, it's like you're drawing X and then you draw 50% of X, then after that you draw 150% of X in 1.5 years. But if I didn't continue with that, and I look back with some of my ex-colleagues who is still in the government agency, it's a big difference. 5 times, 10 times different. So you may want to think about it. This could actually happen.